Coin collectors, I am with my little festive helper today, and we are going to be doing a video on the Griqua 5 rand. It's a video that one of our viewers asked to be done, or he asked for some more insight, more information on this coin. So let me give you the background story. Griqua Town is a little town that was settled over 200 years ago in the northern Cape. It's very far north. I think it's close to the Kimberley region. And to give you some insight, within the Cape at the time in the early 1800s, multiracial people, or they were colored people, and they were a mixture of Khoi people, a mixture of slaves, and so to move out of the Cape Colony and settle in a little place on the very outskirts of the Cape Colony. So this group of people referred to themselves as Griqua people, and that in itself has its roots in a tribe of Khoi people, which was also very similar to the word Griqua. I know the word Griqua is derived from that word. I can't exactly recall what the tribe, the Khoi tribe, was called. And they named that little settlement Griqua Town. So while the missionary was settled in that town, the missionaries thought that they would introduce coins or money to the Griqua people, and because back then they were still using the barter system, where if you had a chicken and I had a sheep, then I would trade you a few chickens for a little lamb or something to that effect, or that's how they traded back then. So the London Missionary Society thought that it would be a good idea to try and introduce money to this group of people, and they would trade with the neighboring towns. So they had coins struck specifically in or specifically for the Griqua people. They had coins struck in London, and they brought down the coins, and that was in the 1815s to 1816, 1817. And at first the coins didn't see much circulation, because obviously people who are used to using a barter system, it would take time for them to adopt a monetary system. However, there is documented evidence that a small portion of these coins did circulate, and the current coins that we have today are all in very circulated condition. 200 years later, we still have examples of these worn down coins, so that tells you that it did circulate to a certain degree. And there's much controversy about this subject, because there's a single person and his following that claims that these coins never circulated and therefore are not South Africa's first indigenous coinage. However, the consensus amongst most coin collectors is that there is documented historic evidence, as well as the actual coins themselves, that prove that these coins circulated. And on the reverse of the 5 rand, you can see what those coins looked like. You can see that the coin, there would be a depiction of what a 5 pence looked like, or 5 pennies, as well as the little turtle dove, which is the symbol of the London Missionary Society, which would have been the obverse, I think, of the coin at the time. So even the South African Mint acknowledged this being the first coinage minted for South Africans and used by South Africans 200 years ago, and they commemorated that Griqua Town coinage with this 5 rand. So now I hope this video gives more insight into the history of the Griqua Town people, and as well as why the South African Mint sought to commemorate them using this coin. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Give the video a like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.